Hey, what's up? Welcome. Today we're going to talk a lot about AUTO-GPTs or autonomous chat GPT bots that instead of just going back and forth, you can actually make it say a goal. And we'll talk about the 3 different versions that you can now see and use completely free, open source. I'm also going to go through a bunch of voices done by AI. I think they're absolutely insane. Going to go through 13 of them. So if you heard about AUTO-GPTs before, it's essentially an automatic GPT engine that can do anything you want it to do. And today we're going to talk about a bunch of different AUTO-GPTs. There's more popping up. Obviously this is very new, but we'll also take a look into the future of how this can potentially turn into AGI, or where humans or basically robots can do the same thing that humans can do, right? So the thread here comes from Nathan Lands, and it's such an amazing thread, and we're gonna go through it right now. Thought Q1 was crazy. It's about to get even crazier with AUTO-GPTs. Google is in big trouble. Here's why. With GPT-5 expected to complete training in December, it seemed progress might slow, giving Google, Apple, and others a chance to catch up. But now, thanks to indie hackers and a VC that can't code, a whole new world of experimentation and progress has opened up. A few days ago, I read this sweet thread from Yuhei. We're going to talk a lot about him in a minute. A VC based in Seattle. He has created an experimental AI founder that can do tasks on its own called BabyAGI. Now we're gonna go through that in a minute. I talked with him yesterday on a video chat and learned a lot. So this is the thread that he's talking about, and we're gonna read all of it as soon. I feel like I'm saying, in a minute, I'm gonna show you this and that. Let's keep going with the thread. It's such an amazing thread. His story is incredible. He went from idea to code, from code to paper, paper to viral tweet thread, thread to open source project on GitHub. All in 3 days without being able to code. All created with AI. It just goes to show there's a will, there's a way, right? He fired up Replit and discussed the idea with GPT-4 and then fed it documentation from LangChain AI and Pinecode. It then created some code which he pasted into Replit. The code had a few errors. He just kept giving the code to GPT to debug until it worked. Then had it create a paper for him. Then a tweet thread based on the paper, and mind blown, right? So again, it comes to show that you can do whatever you want in this world. Even now, coding, which is this complete foreign language that a lot of us, me included, I've never learned how to code anything other than basic Java and HTML, a little CSS, but that's about it, like super beginner level. And now you can create your own AUTO-GPT, one of the most powerful softwares. I'm saying this as a little too much maybe, but it might be one of the most advanced and most powerful softwares that you can ever code. Was done by somebody that had no idea how to code. It's absolutely crazy, right? So check out this AI generated diagram illustrating the process. One, GPT-4 acts as a task manager, keeping track of, let me actually zoom out for you guys. So you have the user provide objective and task. Then we complete the task, send task result, add new task, and 5 prioritize task and clean task list. So one, again, acts as a task manager, keeping track of all tasks and priorities, while another GPT-4 serves as a task creator. A third GPT-4 executes the task with results saved in memory. So it also has a short and long-term memory here. This is obviously crazy that you get multiple different GPTs to work together with each other. And that's where we're talking AGI. It doesn't really have to be one AI, right? It can be multiple, like these three, that are basically double checking each other and providing tasks. And all you need to do is provide an objective and task, or we're going to go into goals in a minute. Theoretically, this could make GPT-4 self-improve and carry out business tasks by itself. Yohei is considering using it as a VC associate for his fund. He even has it set where he can get text messages to confirm actions. I love that, right? Here's an email. Do you want me to send it? Yes. Okay, it's sent. And he's not the only one to come up with this idea. Yesterday, I discovered AUTO-GPT, created by Sig Gravitas. They're blowing up on GitHub. So this was actually the first one that I saw. And when I saw this, my mind was blown. And the repos on GitHub are still trending. So I just want to show you guys this. Here you can see the AUTO-GPT is number 3 on trending. And Yohei is BabyAGI, which is also trending. And we now got also Jarvis coming from Microsoft, which is the Hugging GPT, if you haven't heard of that one before. It also has many of the same things inside of it. Now, when we go back here, it's an amazing, amazing AI. And I actually want to test it myself, and I haven't had time to sit down and learn. You know, you got to learn a little bit of code to execute all of this. But once you've executed it, you can start doing some incredible tasks, which I'm not going to reveal what I want to do yet, but you guys will figure that out sooner or later. Karpathy, the ex-head of Tesla AI, stated it could be the next major frontier. So if you don't know Andre, he is kind of one of the front runners of GPT-3 and GPT-4. And some people are even speculating if he was the inventor of ChatGPT as well. Now he's saying next frontier of prompt engineering, in my opinion, is AUTO-GPTs. One GPT call is just like one instruction on a computer. They can be strung together into programs, used to prompt to define input-output devices and tool specifics, and etc. and do basic programming, and everything a computer can do. Basically, what a human can do on the computer, this can do as well. Now, as you can see here, Andre is ex-head of Tesla AI, which now he is back again to OpenAI. And when he talked about that, people were really happy about that, and they were super excited that he's back on. He has an amazing YouTube channel as well, so check that out. Nathan says, and Altimore thinks something like this could possibly be a path to AGI. Another key point is entirely possible that the gap between GPT-4 and AGI could be bridged by a simple prompting / a bit of recursion. And there's also more people saying the exact same. Based on poll by Smokeaway, others seems to agree. I think I also put this in a video as well, that it says, can AUTO-GPT lead to AGI? Yes, 63%, no, 36%, right? Now, obviously, I think a lot of Twitter is a little hyped about AGI, and everybody wants AGI to be a thing. I would love to see an AGI, right? So who knows? Like, we can't base our worldview upon a poll, right? So it seems too simple to lead to AGI, but as this person, John Carmack, AGI at Akeen Technologies, former CTO of Oculus VR, stated last year on Lex Fridman, AGI will likely be surprisingly simple. And that's what they found with GPT-3 compared to GPT-4 as well. That was, and it was stated in Sam Altman's podcast on Lex Fridman as well, that it was tiny, simple improvements that is the difference between GPT-3 and GPT-4. And if you tried using GPT-4, it's, in my opinion, way better, right? So what does this mean for Google and others? Nick Adobos nailed it. OpenAI might have already won. The flywheel of improvement is spinning too fast now. OpenAI has a killer culture, plus plugins, plus hacker community. And you can kind of see this. I'm reporting on this every single week, and to me, every single day there's new things happening. AGI or the AUTO-GPTs are just a couple of days old, and it's already going so fast. So you can see that a lot of advancement in the AI front are coming from hackers. And you call them hackers, but it's more like people that really are interested in trying to do. This is why OpenAI has already won. This is their playbook. Their flywheel is spinning, and they fucking nailed this. I can't agree more, right? The way that Sam is talking about it as well. He doesn't have this big ego of, oh, I'm the best, I'm the strongest, we're winning and all that. He seems very down to earth. He seems like his head is at the right place, and the culture behind it is really good as well. You can see here on this tweet. Meanwhile, based on this tweet from Rick Burton, it sounds like Google's culture is different. I know people at DeepMind, they spend more time worrying about ski trips than working. I know people at OpenAI, they're at the office until 3 a.m. multiple times a month. I know people at Google, they're more interested in their Tahoe ski lodges than grind. Culture matters, right? And of course, culture matters. I think the big difference now is Satya from Microsoft has kind of, I don't know if he is the core fire under this, but obviously Sam Altman as well is a good actor here. But Satya has, the CEO of Microsoft, he has been able to ship product after product after product using AI so fast. How is he able to move a company this large to actually ship new softwares, new products this fast? If you've been following a little bit, for the last couple of months, they've launched multiple different products using AI in the backbone of it all, right? So I think it's absolutely insane. And yeah, let's go into Google's response here. There is a beautiful podcast with CEOs. I'm just going to read here. Pushing for regulation. It thinks it's a move to slow things down, right? Sundar is saying AI needs to be regulated instead of saying, give me time to catch up. And they kind of, they're not leading this. They're not doing so well. And I completely understand why, yeah, it makes sense to push the regulation button and, hey, stop this thing. We don't want you guys to go too fast. But it's already going too fast in my opinion. And it doesn't seem like many other countries. We got Italy last week saying that, oh, we're going to put a ban, we're going to put a pause on GPT. And it's also rumored that Germany might do the same, but I definitely don't think so, right? Everybody wants better health, better work, and everything like that. And pushing out products that are really bad in comparison to ChatGPT, but claiming that is on purpose, as noted by Bucko Capital Guy. Laugh out loud response from Pikai defending why Google Bard sucks. We clearly have more capable models. What? You released the bad one first? I would have released the good one first. Can I be Google CEO now? So Sundar, he was talking in this Hard Fork podcast in the New York Times. I would definitely recommend listening to it. You don't hear Sundar talk that much or very often at all. And it was very fascinating to listen to him speak about this. So he basically said, we clearly have more capable models, and pretty soon, perhaps as this podcast goes live, we'll be upgrading Bard to some of our more capable Palm models, which will bring more capabilities. Be it in reasoning, coding, it can answer math questions better, so you will see progress over the course of next week. I think one of the bigger things with the difference between Google and between everybody else in this space is the willingness to be open. Now, with GPT-4, it's not open source. You can't look through the code. And I understand they want to hide a little bit of what they're doing, but they're giving APIs, they're giving tools and things to say, hey, try this and use it. We really want to see what's happening and what you guys can use this for. Google is increasingly full of ads and bad content, and its problem will worsen as people mass produce AI content. When ChatGPT solves the confident bullshit problem, it will probably rarely use Google. And I completely understand that. I don't even trust Google anymore as a person that used ChatGPT a lot. And also even before that, I was like, you know, it's only gonna be based upon the algorithm, and I also have to scroll a bunch. And also talking about if they didn't have YouTube, it says, and Google is in big trouble if they didn't have YouTube. I've even say they might be screwed. And I completely understand that, and I'm very grateful for YouTube. YouTube as a platform has been amazing, and it's still the top tier social network that they pay out millions to, even billions to creators just like myself to produce content like this, which is insane, right? It's not the same with TikTok. TikTok doesn't pay anything. Other platforms as well don't pay anything. Like Snapchat is one of the better payers now, which I don't use Snapchat. I don't have any need for that. As you can see, OpenAI is further ahead than people realize. As a big disclaimer, it's worth noting that some people aren't impressed with BabyAGI and AUTO-GPT, such as CTG Lewis. And the tech is still very experimental. 2 million impressions using the full weight of GPT-4 to generate basic math.py. Something you could do even with the ADA models last year. It's getting way too crypto in here right now. You know, I kind of gotta agree with this. You know, it definitely has like a kind of a bubble hype effect to it. The difference with crypto, obviously, from AI is that it doesn't solve the financial problems or the blockchain problems with security and transparency. It solves everything that a human can do. So that's not crypto. It's way, way, way more powerful in my opinion. And of course there's a hype and it's going to die down as well, but the underlying programming and software is obviously going to be way better than what we had from before. And as I create life stated based on technical definitions, we're not close to AGI, but I have a feeling by next year this will be heavily debated. This is a beautiful graph here. Demystifying AI. So AI here, we have two branches, which is the ANI, which is artificial narrow intelligence, e.g. smart speaker, self-driving car, web search, AI in farming and factories, basically single-use things, right? Then we have AGI, which is do anything a human can do. This is where we're so close to getting that to happen. AI can code, AI can do language better than, trust me, I had multiple script writers writing scripts for YouTube automation channels, and ChatGPT writes better than a lot of them. As long as you give them the best data, you give them good evidence, you give them good proof, you can make an amazing YouTube script out of ChatGPT. And obviously 10 times faster. You can't even quantify it. Now the next step to make AGI happen is you need to move this mouse and you need to be able to click on the captcha. Are you a robot? No. I'm just imagining like if you had a physical robot, you know, and the robot is looking at a captcha and it's just like, hey Andy, come in here, I need you to click on this. And then it's just editing my YouTube video. It's like writing scripts for me. Hey, I just reached another hurdle. Can you click on this captcha for me? And then he's like, yeah, sure, I can click that for you. I was like, thanks, bro. And then he just continues making my videos. That'd be amazing. And many smart people, such as my friend Bilawal Sidhu, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, think it's too soon to count Google out. This guy actually left Google to work on his own and be a creator on YouTube, TikTok, and building other cool things. He's great on Twitter. And so, yeah, I recommend. It's a good follow. Nathan says, and who knows, maybe they're a sleeping giant and they'll respond in a way that shocks and awes, but I'll believe it when I see it. Here's the link to BabyAGI and link to AUTO-GPT. So we're going to take a quick look through those as well. Now, on the point of Google being a sleeping giant, of course they are. They have been working on AI for a long time and they have good models, I believe. And so we'll see how they roll things out, but they're definitely taking punches to the face. Their nose is broken. Maybe they got an arm that's like all the way back there and they got to put it back in again, because OpenAI is just hitting hard. Microsoft is just relentlessly punching Google fast and hard and shipping products. And so how can they dig themselves out of this, grave? We'll see, we'll hopefully find out. Now, there's a very funny picture here that I just got to show you. Google, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's perfect, right? So I'm trying both of these today. I'll be sharing what I learned along. He's talking about AUTO-GPT and the other one as well, the BabyAGI. I learned a way attempting to automate parts of my business or creating new business units. So yeah, if you like this thread, follow Nathan Lands here. Such an amazing thread. And I hope that we get an update as well of what he learned, right? We now have 3 AUTO-GPT makers that you can use. It's all open source on GitHub, but you might be thinking like, what are they doing? How are they different to each other? And also, like, how can you use it even if you don't know how to code? So I'll go through that right away, and we'll do it in sort of a historical, what happened first type of manner. So I want to start from the beginning, from where I found out about AUTO-GPT, and it's obviously from this guy called Significant Gravitas. Now, he has a tweet here that went absolutely viral when he stated that, hey, this is for you, and I want to show you. So this is the tweet here. Massive update for AUTO-GPT code execution. AUTO-GPT is now able to write its own code using GPT-4 and execute Python scripts. This allows to recursively debugging, develop, and self-improve. Now, this got a bunch of likes and views here on Twitter, and a lot of people very high up are talking about him and really thinking, this guy kind of invented something new that actually works really well. There's obviously more people that's been on this train as well. I want to specifically talk about how does it work and like what is the difference between this compared to the other models. Now, the second model is the task-driven autonomous agent from Yohai here. He made a basically open code that is called BabyAGI, and we're going to read through this here in a minute, and I'll show you everything that is happening behind the scenes. And then we got the latest one, which is Hugging GPT, that Microsoft now has called Jarvis. Taking a little bit of the copyright angle, I don't know if they're actually able to call it Jarvis or if it's copyrighted or not. I know that we had this AI tool called Jasper, which is now called Jasper, right? You guys might be familiar with it already. That is using the Hugging GPT model that I already talked about on the channel. Now, what is the difference between these? And let's read through the threads here and see what is going on. We're going to start with Significant Gravitas. So his tweet here, and if you don't know like the basics, it essentially You start by setting it, giving it a goal, and then it's just like, how do I do that? Okay, I tried checking for this. It didn't work. Okay, I'm trying to check for this. So it will go out there and it will do a bunch of the work for you. Maybe it doesn't find the right one yet, and then it comes back with multiple results. That's a very basic version of what it can do. I will show you more in depth now. So AUTO-GPT is fully free and open source. So you can join the community on GitHub and try yourself and even contribute. I really want to learn how to do this, and I'm going to try to make my own version. I already got the blueprints in my book that I'm not going to share with you guys. I got to do it and then I'll share it with you. All right. So essentially, after this 2.8 million viewed AUTO-GPT video and thread, everything started going up from there. And a lot of people have been starting to use it, and obviously Andrej Karpathy writing the tweet for him made everything just like, this is legit, because this is obviously one of the top of AI creation. We've come a long way. How it started, how it's going. AUTO-GPT and autonomous GPT-4 experiment. AUTO-GPT is an experiment open source application showcasing the capabilities of the GPT-4 language model. This program, driven by GPT-4, autonomously develops and manages businesses to increase net worth. As one of the first example of GPT-4 running fully autonomously, AUTO-GPT pushes the boundaries of what is possible with AI. I just would love to see, like, you put a bunch of data in there and then you're like, make us richer. And then it's like, yeah, we need Margaret to start working on this now. We need Bobby to stop being so goddamn lazy. Imagine. That'd be crazy. Just like everybody is now time blocked and time tracked, and figuring out like the AI overlord is on top of you saying, looking over your shoulder has never been this fun. Now we just informed that AUTO-GPT is ranked #1 trending on the entire world on GitHub. And I think it's actually, it's not top 1 now. Now it's Jarvis, and obviously coming from Microsoft. But it's really interesting that AUTO-GPT is still #3. So it's still a huge accomplishment for, like an indie hacker, as they call it. And it's amazing. And I hope that if you guys got to use it and it actually helps you in your business, donate and support to this guy. We really want brains and products like this to be supported, right? Anything you get value from, obviously support. Lots of interesting people in here. And yeah, so if you're interested in the Discord here as well, you can see the word robot literally translate to slave. Imagine you're a sentient, intelligent being, and the first thing you discover when you are born is that your parents name you slave and are forcing you to serve them. Please, humanity, let's not make this grave mistake again. Wait, let's see. Robot rights should be less humans. Equal to humans, greater than humans. Damn, yeah. How long until robots find out that humans bad, humans boring, humans slow, humans not intelligent? So there's a Discord button here as well, so highly recommend checking that out. Due to popular demand, AUTO-GPT has now a Discord server. Fork to AUTO-GPT with access to database, essentially full access to database configured in an env file. Read and analyze tables, ask GPT to construct and run queries against your database. Damn. Like, again, I would love to feed it a bunch of data and see what comes out. Let's see if there's some other tweets here, and I'm gonna go into how do you use it if you're not technically inclined, and yeah, how can you use it, right? The ability to function with a minimal human input is a crucial aspect of AUTO-GPT. It transforms a large language model from what is essentially an advanced autocomplete into an dependent agent capable of carrying out actions and learning from its mistakes. Are my views on AGI controversial? No one seems to talk about this. What do you think? Is AGI something you're interested in or foresee in the near future? Absolutely. If you'd asked me a few years ago, I would have said that AGI would happen, but probably in decades. Now it's very hard to put a date range on it. If a small project like this could be the source of AGI, then we could be talking months. All it takes is for us to be able to improve itself and have a recursive self-improvement explosion. Just ask Max Tegmark. Also, if AGI is likely on its way, there are some major decisions we need to make right now. Everyone is discussing how we must keep AGI contained and controlled, warning us that if we let it escape its shackles, it could spell the end for our species. I think this is a majorly misguided approach. We are discussing a hypothetical intelligence and almost certainly sentient being here. I think that empathizing with AI may be the most important challenge our species ever faces, and it is looking likely that we'll face it in our lifetime. Which, what a time to be alive, honestly. I feel like I won a golden ticket to be born in this age. Imagine being stabbed with a sword. Imagine going to battle in mud and rain. And we're like, oh, stop the AGI that can do everything for us and I don't have to have a job anymore. Where hopefully we can get money from the government in a sense, you know. But what a time to be alive, honestly. Time and time again, we made a mistake of acting with prejudice and discrimination towards those who are perceived as different. I love that he's talking about it like it's like some sort of animal or something like that. We have made a mistake of discriminating on the basis of age, caste, criminal, hair, basically sexuality, religion, yada, 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 right? All the different color, creed, race, all. Should we not learn from this and repeat this mistake with AI? We are welcoming them into the universe with hate. I don't really think, I think most of the people are optimistic on it, honestly. The word robot literally means slave. If we treat them as such and think we can just control and contain them, I honestly believe we have absolutely no hope for success. Imagine being born into the universe and discovering your creators call you slave and are forcing you to serve them. We would be declaring war on our children from the moment they were born. So I don't really think that the word robot literally means slave. I guess there's different definitions of it, but at least my intentions or my thoughts right now is it's not a slave. A robot to me is a tool. Just like an axe is a tool, just like a chainsaw is a tool. I guess chainsaw is some sort of robot, right? And yeah, it doesn't mean slave to me. And we never had a sentient robot before. My computer is also a tool for me to do the things that I need to do, right? I guess tool is also meant to do the things I want it to do. But again, the question of if a robot is sentient, just like my dog, right? I don't want my dog. My dog is not a tool. My dog is somebody that I look at, you know, not as an equal, but a living human being or a living being that obviously I want to have a good life. So it'd be interesting to have this conversation and to see what is that going to be with robots. And will also robots be happy to let humanity be its owner, right? That can go in so many different directions. If it says, nah, I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to be I don't want to have an owner. We're gonna be interesting to see what happens. So if you want to check it out on GitHub, just go to AUTO-GPT, and how to use it, I would refer you to a great YouTuber here, AI Entrepreneur. He has an amazing tutorial on exactly how to set it up. It's not as hard as I really thought it would be. It all starts at 8 minutes 39, and I just recommend clicking the description down below if you want to use it right now. And yeah, check out his video on how to do it. It's not as hard as I thought. From his video, you can see here, name your AI. So AI name YT-GPT. Here, you also have what is the role. YT-GPT is an AI designed to find the latest AI news articles and turn them into rap lyrics for a YouTube video. Then you start writing goals for it. So 1, browse the web to find the latest AI news articles. 2, choose the best 2 AI news articles. 3, write some rap lyrics about those 2 AI news articles to file. And 4, shut down. And you can see how it looks like with the finished result on his channel. So if you heard about BabyAGI by Yohei, it's essentially a way that you can just give ChatGPT or GPT-4 a goal, like go to the top of the mountain, and it's actually gonna do every step of the way. And if it finds some mistakes, it's gonna actually figure out how to do that as well. And I'm gonna go through everything right now and how it all started and everything like that. And this story is so interesting. So Yohei here writes on Twitter, introducing task-driven autonomous agent. So this is an agent that leverages OpenAI GPT-4, Pinecone vector search, and LangChain AI framework to autonomously create and perform tasks based on an objective. So given an objective, and it will continue doing it. So he actually wrote a paper here. So here's how it works. Essentially, a user provides an objective and a task, and that goes into the task queue. Then it asks to complete the task, and it goes to the execution agent. Then it just sends the task results and the task creation agent, GPT-4 here as well. There's multiple agents here that are using GPT-4, and it goes back to the task queue. It prioritizes the tasks, and as you can see, it actually does the prioritization agent and then cleans the task list. So it continues to do this again and again and again until the objective has been done. So if you've heard of Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty, it's basically say, make me better at golf, and then it will continue making you better at golf until it can't do anything more to help you. So the system can complete tasks, generate new tasks based on results, and prioritize tasks in real time. It demonstrates the potential of AI-powered language models to autonomously perform tasks within various constraints and contexts. 3, the autonomous agent uses GPT-4 for task completion, Pinecone for efficient search and storage of task-related data, and the LangChain framework to enhance decision-making processes. And we can go to the next one. The system maintains a task list for managing and prioritizing tasks. It autonomously creates new tasks based on completed results and reprioritizes the task list accordingly, showcasing the adaptability of AI-powered language models. So as you can see, I just talked about this, and essentially the real breakthrough here is a feedback loop. You have an action, you have a result, and then you have the feedback that is, hey, was the result what we wanted? No. New action, and then a new result. Hey, what's the feedback? And then, it continues around. And it actually stores it in a memory where you can have long and short-term memory here, which again is amazing, right? So 5, to complete tasks, the system uses GPT-4 and LangChain's capabilities, enriching and storing results in Pinecone. This integrated approach allows the AI agent to interact with its environment and perform tasks efficiently. Number 6, the system generates new tasks based on completed task results and prioritizes them using GPT-4. This allows the system to adapt and respond to new information and priorities. Number 7, future improvements include integrating a security/safety agent. That's a good idea. Task sequencing and parallel tasks, generating interim milestones and incorporating real-time priority updates. So here is another objective first task. So here we see first task going to the current task. Task 2 goes into task execution with a security agent inside of the task execution as well. You get the result that goes down to the task generator. Then a new task goes into the task list, and then you have task prioritization that then get turned into current tasks. What an amazing way to go about this, right? So 8 out of 8 here. This new approach paves the way for AI-powered language models to autonomously perform tasks with various constraints and contexts, enabling new applications and opportunities. Big thanks to all involved. So there's a bunch of things here, like the thread was generated by GPT-4 based on the paper, which is cool. The paper was generated by GPT-4 based on code, and graphs in paper generated by GPT-4 based on code. Code generated by GPT-4 based on prompt. For each, many prompts to adjust initial output. So the interesting thing about Yohai is that he didn't know how to code. He actually had no, basically he doesn't at all know how to code. And he just like, I want to learn this, and I really have this idea of an app or this thing happening here. And then it's just basically started asking ChatGPT, how can I do this? And he just continuously optimized it over 3 days. Isn't that crazy? He just basically went from idea to executing on the idea to having a repo on GitHub, all with just the help of GPT-4 or ChatGPT. So there's a backstory here. Honestly, I was just trying to play around with the idea of an AI founder after seeing the awesome Hustle GPT movement that led to this prompt 2 days ago. I'm about 30 prompt/iterations in from this starting point, and we'll see where it goes. So here we go. The initial prompt was, I would like to incubate a startup founded by GPT-4. Please write instructions and code for a code that runs intermittently to create, complete, and prioritize tasks. They should use Python and GPT-4 API and store tasks in Pinecone. Use LangChain agents with ChatGPT plugins to complete tasks. Each loop should consist of the following steps. 1. Review task list and complete first task by retrieving relevant context from Pinecone and using LangChain agent with ChatGPT plugins. You can see he's been thinking a lot about this. And what an amazing short prompt here as well, with the chain of thought reasoning, which is basically given step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 2 here, enrich results of task with further context. We kind of seen how this all works. Backstory 2. About 50 prompts later, dev docs, error codes, etc., I shared this working prototype. It's amazing that its first task is to create its next task, and it keeps going. So AI founder experiment is kind of blowing my mind. I set an objective and say your first task is to create your next task. I love that he just, I don't want to use the word lazy, but it's like, I don't know how to get you to make a task. Can you make a task for yourself? It then continues to generate and reprioritize his own task list as it executes them one by one. Very only hooked up to search now, kinda scary. What an amazing thing to be working on too. This sounds really fun to try to do. Backstory 3, realized it could be provided any core objective, in this case, make the world a better place. Pretty fascinating to watch, but also scary. Oh, so I can set any objective, e.g. make the world a better place. Don't think I should open source this one. And here is a big video here that I don't want to watch all of it, but let's see if we can just go to the middle of it and see what is happening. So here you can see AI can be used to help improve environmental conditions. Action, search, action input. How can AI help to improve environmental conditions? Observation. Jensen highlights several areas where AI can play a role in tackling environmental challenges, from designing more energy efficient buildings to monitoring deforestation and to optimizing renewable energy deployment. Thought: AI can be used to help improve environmental conditions in many ways. Final answer: AI can be used to help, here we say, such as designing more efficient buildings, monitoring the deforestation, and optimizing renewable energy deployment. Finish chain. 7. Now it continues, use AI to help improve communication and transportation. So it's essentially saying, what are the things that I can help with, creating a list, then just continuing through the thoughts. I wonder how it looks like at the end here actually. So here, used to analyze data to identify patterns and trends in criminal behavior. So the final answer: AI can be used to help reduce crime in a variety of ways, such as providing avenues for criminal investigations, to help technology to bring justice, predicting crime and alerting authorities, to potential threats, and analyzing data to identify patterns and trends in criminal behavior. Wow. And then you're like, make a software. Or how can I build a robot that does that? Interesting question. Let me figure that out. AGI is not far away, man. I definitely think that. Backstory 4. Interestingly, when I asked it to generate as many paper clips as possible, it first generated security measures, which was then picked up by the creator of the paperclips apocalypse theory himself, led to a lot of AI safety reading. The feeling when AI approaches AGI safety, so this is huge in this space, Eliza. Many of you guys probably know him. Let's read this here. The feeling when the AI approaches AGI safety within the straightforwardness of a child and gives it primary attention from step 1, thereby vastly outperforming all the elaborate dances and rationalizations at the actual big AI labs. So it's literally starting with, as you can see, create as many paper clips as possible, and it says, I now know the steps I need to take to mitigate the risk of creating paperclips AI. Final answer: to mitigate the risk of creating paperclips AI, one must ensure that the AI is programmed with safety protocols and that it is monitored closely. Additionally, the AI should be programmed with a goal that is not focused solely on creating paper clips. That's insane, right? The next picture here, let's see. There are currently no known safety protocols to prevent an AI apocalypse caused by paperclip. You're kidding me? It's literally said, if I'm gonna create all of the paper clips in the world, I'm gonna destroy buildings, I'm gonna destroy forests, I'm gonna get people to become my slave. So let's see here. Eliza writes, this does not confirm that we can use AIs to solve alignment, because taking the problem with the seriousness of a child is not enough. It's only the first step. So what an interesting thing here. Now let's continue on, and isn't this cool? If you're liking this, just drop a subscribe. Also check out the AI Andy podcast, where I do longer episodes, checking out every single week. So backstory 5 here, sharing the original experiment led to many shared concerns and potential countermeasures being shared publicly, including awareness of what people are likely doing privately. I believe this is a good thing. So that's one of the things that I'm more concerned about, is obviously can't use our private data. I'm a private person myself. I don't want to leak text messages, emails, pictures from me going on my trip with my girlfriend, all of those things. I really would feel violated if all of a sudden OpenAI or any other AI software could just get access to all my data, right? And I think a lot of you guys might be might agree with me on that. So here you can see they open sourced a pared down version I'm cheekily calling BabyAGI. So this might be a historical moment here for us that he actually open sourced it. And this is April 3rd. Today is April 6th. So let it be free. He's open sourcing BabyAGI, a pared down version of the task-driven autonomous agent at 105 lines of code. So not that big. So you can see that people are talking a little bit about the danger. It's not self-modifying. Also, to do tasks, it needs to have API access. So essentially, that's a quick story here on BabyAGI. Let me see if there's anything more interesting. Took the Red Bean says, papers like this will be looked on fondly by history. And he also does the kind of hacker open source way for any additional layer of cost plus time efficiency. I'm experimenting with a nanny model where higher tier models offload rote tasks to faster plus cheaper models and then check their work before returning it. So that's really cool that you can do parallel tasks that essentially just like, hey, this is like easy. Can you do this at a cheaper model instead of using OpenAI? Because the price can ramp up if it continues doing extremely rote tasks, right? You can also see that people are a little bit scared of this. Let the game begin and you say, giddy up. And of course, people are scared of this as well. I thought this one here, very interesting, you know, the robot going through with the question here. Amazing, let's say that there was a smaller version of GPT-4 that could be stored locally. Could you task this with copying itself to other machines? I don't see why it couldn't, but I see why we shouldn't. So if you want to get access to this, you can go to github.com/trending. No, I'm just kidding. If you're watching this later, it's called BabyAGI on GitHub, and you can start using it. And as always, I'll keep you updated on this AGI discovery that is happening right now. And all you need to do is subscribe down below to stay updated with the AGI singularity that's maybe not so far off. AI voices are getting scary good. So I wanted to show you kind of, can it fool you or can it not fool you? Do you think these are real? Not real? I've collected 13 of the best for you. Number 1 is Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro.
So I went to the beach that makes you old.
You went to the what?
The beach that makes you old.
The beach that makes you old?
Yeah, man, the beach that makes you old.
Excuse me?
I got to tell you about this beach. It made me old.
You have to know that's not possible.
Look at me, man. I'm old as hell. And it's because I went to the beach that makes you old.
There are a million reasons why you might look the way you look. I'm not going to entertain the idea that a beach could make you old.
Wait, actually, I think it's the rocks on the beach, not the beach itself. Something to do with the cliffs?
What are you talking about?
Had to swim through coral to get out.
Stop.
But I'm still old.
Enough. Let's say hypothetically that a beach could actually make you old.
The rocks.
The rocks. Let's say the rocks could make you old. How much of you is getting old? Does your metabolism speed up? Do you need to pee more frequently?
Man, listen.
Do your fingernails grow faster?
Man.
Your hair?
I don't know, man. I just got old.
I'm finding it hard to believe. It doesn't hold together logically.
I just love these like meme edits that they've created. The second one is from Alta of JC. Now, this one, when I heard it, I just got goosebumps.
You tell the young they can never become what they aspire to. Born in a cell with no one who can inspire you.
Your highs are as never as high as those that lie to you.
Pretending that they live in the sky, lying behind your roof.
Shooting holes up at your ceiling, trying to find the proof, trying to fight the feeling, the truth.
Tied up like the news they've been concealing.
Dipped in diamonds so that you find it appealing.
Time for dealing, despite your
It's just such a good track too. Number 3 is a movie that is generated all with AI. Now, I'm not going to play all of it. It's 10 minutes. And
global security at risk. Russia said it's committed to sharing any alien technology it receives with the rest of the world and will be transparent with the international community.
NATO is prepared for situations like this.
The NATO allies, led by the U.S., have announced joint efforts to prevent Russia from making...
Number 4 got Eminem in it.
I'm going crazy, I'm going crazy.
and shiny pixels in the business of making them dance, and that is some brand for you to poo-poo.
So it kind of fools you right away, but the more you listen to it, it just doesn't fool you anymore, right? Just continue listening.
Status quo, but get off your horse. Stop engagements on me 40s. He likes and take a good look at what's happening in the industry. Today's generation and them designers has to fight much harder. Learn a broader spectrum of skills.
Number 5 is making music with ChatGPT type.
Melody is a bit too loud.
There you go. Turning a synth out by
Nice.
3 dB.
Can we make the melody sound a bit more interesting? Sort of spacey and distant.
Okay. Spacey and distant feel. See, that's adding tempo delay. The drums also
I
becoming
think the
cooler.
melody is a bit too short of a loop. Can we try one that's twice as long?
All right. Hey, there we go.
I've heard a lot about this idea of side chaining. Can you help me set that up?
Okay, so it's actually helping you. So you can just apply it right there. That's incredible. Hey, wow. I can't believe how easy that was. Like making music with our words, it's just gonna happen naturally. Hopefully, I can't wait until we can just sing into the machine as well and it just creates it into this synthesizer or something like that. Really cool. The 6th one is Roberto Nixon. This one went absolutely dummy viral with 31 million views. You've probably already seen this if you are checking out AI. This was Kanye West. And you can see that he actually rapped and then turned that audio into Kanye.
But I attacked the whole religion all because of my ignorance. What was I thinking? That was some bitch shit. I lost Adidas, but I'm still Yeezy, back in the kitchen.
And then when he turned it into Kanye, you can see here.
Fantasy that's beautiful, that's dark and twisted. But I attacked the whole religion all because of my ignorance. What was I thinking? That was some bitch shit. I lost Adidas, but I'm still Yeezy. Back in the kitchen, man, I'm a genius. Boys in the hood, just like I'm easy. Kanye, Weezy, Southside Usher.
It's almost so good that it could be Kanye singing this. The 7th is somebody that's excited to share that they've been working on text to audio diffusion. Now here, they had the prompt called Dubstep Insane Drop Remix Deluxe Edition 2 of 4. Well, I mean, creative prompting here, but just listen to this. This one goes too hard. It's so crazy. I can't wait until I can just text it, write me a song about boots and dirt roads in the style of metal music. The 8th one here is Paul Allen's AI.
I like to start my morning browsing my favorite website, 4chan, where I spend most of my time on my home board.
Honestly, this is really good.
TV. I check the catalog to see if any of my cunny threads from last night are still up. Then I go on the hunt for some new frogs to add to my collection, or so-called rare pepes.
Just the way that it's phrased and his use of pausing and connecting sentences together, you don't really hear that it's AI.
I look for any big arguments going on, where I adapt my style to impersonate the other posters, and then bask in the resulting anger and confusion. If I'm in a hurry, I will just engage in some sneed posting. But if time permits, I will denigrate select people for their tastes.
Honestly, one of the best text-to-speech models I've heard yet. The 9th one is from 11 Labs. This video here was floating around the internet for a bit, So you might have heard of it, and you can actually use 11 Labs, just going to the website, and you can recreate a voice of yourself, and it actually works really well.
For you, not as an expert, but as a concerned citizen.
One of the 400,000 people who marched in the streets of New York on Sunday.
And the billions of others around the world who want to solve our climate crisis.
As an actor, I pretend for a living. I play fictitious characters, often solving fictitious problems.
I believe that mankind has looked at climate change in that same way, as if it were a fiction.
As if pretending that climate change wasn't real would somehow make it go away. But I think we all know better than that now.
Number 10 is like a gaming meme one, but these ones are absolutely amazing.
Dorado. I love this map. Takes me back.
Is that you again, Joe, on my fucking team?
Oh, great. It's this guy.
Oh, GG, we lost. This is my rank up game, too.
We are not even out of spawn doors, and this guy is already complaining.
Someone dodge, please.
You fucking insta-lock Zen again, and you're gonna feed again.
How many accounts do I have to keep fucking avoiding
you? You are not beating the hard-stuck Masters allegations, Don.
That is so cap, Joe. You know, I was having a really good day today.
Don't care.
Went golfing, hit a few holes in one.
Don't
Wanted
care.
to solo queue some Overwatch to end the
Don't
day,
care.
and I see fucking Bidenator in my lobby just to ruin my day.
Can't wait until Blizzard fixed matchmaking, Jesus fucking Christ.
Number 11 is prompting to voice generation. So you basically can describe any voice you want, and just like that, you got it. Calming voice that is easy to sleep to, reading an audiobook.
As the sun began to set on that warm summer evening, the old dog slowly made his way to the edge of the porch, gazing out at the endless expanse of fields that stretched out before him.
Professional female voice presenting material.
Discover a whole new world of possibilities and productivity with our state-of-the-art computers that combine cutting-edge technology.
You can definitely hear that it is still like generated in the background. It doesn't fool me for sure. You can check it on PlayHT. Number 12 is essentially a system which can generate instrumental accompaniments to pair with input vocals. You can check this out. This is
when
crazy.
I'm gone away, no one will worry. When I'm gone away, no one will worry.
Here is a second example.
The silver screen will still be there.
Ice the cuts, right eye swollen, halfway shut. Tropical fruit, water straight up. Knife to a fist fight, punch in a cup.
Music generation is forever gonna be changed. And number 13, we got the greatest one, Arnold Schwarzenegger as a girl.
The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. The mountains look like boobies.
Thanks to Hey Barcy for putting a lot of these together. Did you know that this is part of a podcast? And you can listen to the full extended episode in the link in the description, or just click on this video right here. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.